hard-pressed to remember a more incongruous mix of title and movie than The End of Oak Street. When that title was first announced, I expected it to be a haunted house movie or a home invasion movie, not a time-traveling dinosaur movie. And when I saw the trailer and realized it was a time-traveling dinosaur movie, I was even more surprised to learn that it was written and directed by the same guy as It Follows. But it was a pleasant surprise. It's about time we got a good non-Jurassic dinosaur movie, and The End of Oak Street is here to do what 65 couldn't. This movie is more fun and inventive and visually exciting than the last 5 Jurassic movies. Considering it cost a third of what a Jurassic movie costs, the effects are really impressive. Michael Giacchino provides a delightfully old-fashioned monster movie score that wouldn't be out of place in something like The Land That Time Forgot, and the film moves at a nice brisk pace. In a movie-going age filled with 2.5-hour endurance tests, it's so refreshing to see a big studio movie that's just 99 minutes long. But at the same time, as fast-paced and action-packed as it is, it always takes the time to slow down and explore the real human emotions at play amidst this ridiculous setup. It sounds stupid, but it weirdly works.
Oh my god, run!
There are directors who make more or less the same movie over and over again, like Zack Snyder and Kevin Smith and Quentin Tarantino, and then there are directors like David Robert Mitchell, whose work is so eclectic that you can't believe all his films were directed by the same person. He started off with a wonderful little indie dramedy, then he made one of the early elevated horror gems of the 2010s, then he made a darkly comedic LA noir, and now he's made a time-traveling dinosaur movie.
Run!
But while you can't necessarily tell that the specific visionary behind Under the Silver Lake is behind the camera here, you can definitely tell that whoever is behind the camera knows what the fuck they're doing. Almost every shot in the movie is an interesting choice. Mitchell doesn't shoot anything in the most obvious way, except for the occasional Jurassic Park homage. The movie is full of really cool shots, juxtaposing the puny, time-displaced humans with the massive scale of the prehistoric beasts invading their neighborhood. There's an overhead shot of the daughter walking past some giant T-Rex tracks, casting a long shadow. There's a great tracking shot, tracking 2 different scenes at once. It tracks one family's regular morning in the foreground, and another family's desperate fight for their lives in the background. It's all pulled off in one shot. It's pretty fucking impressive. The film might be a bit too obsessed with the split diopter. Brian De Palma used that trick to fantastic effect throughout his career, but he didn't overuse it. It can be a subtle way to unnerve the audience if it's used sparingly, but it loses its impact if you use it in regular dialogue scenes. But that's a minor gripe. 99% of the shots in this movie are really cool, and look incredible on the big screen.
How the hell is that even possible?
The End of Oak Street harks back to a bygone era of blockbuster cinema, when big-budget summer tentpoles and original stories didn't have to be mutually exclusive. This is a star-driven, concept-driven sci-fi adventure with no ties to existing IP. It's not even spun off from the Cloverfield universe, as rumors were suggesting. It's a throwback to old high-concept Amblin movies from the 80s, but it's also just a throwback to the 80s. It's nostalgic for a simpler time, when you could leave your doors unlocked, when everyone wasn't glued to a screen, when a pizza delivery driver could support a family of 4. The End of Oak Street isn't afraid to be earnest and wear its heart on its sleeve. Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway, and the 2 brilliant young actors playing their kids, Maisie Stella from My Old Ass and Christian Convery from The Monkey, all fully commit to the old school B-movie camp. The premise makes no sense. The movie doesn't even try to rationalize it, but it works because the actors sell it, so you just go with it. It sounds corny to say they don't make movies like this anymore, especially since I'm talking about a movie that literally came out this weekend, so clearly they do. But that's what it feels like. It feels like a movie from before the IP domination, when a cool movie with a cool premise and a couple of cool movie stars could just exist without being connected to Star Wars or Minecraft or the Marvel universe. A lot of big budget movies coming out these days just feel like corporate products. They're an extension of the merchandise. But that's not what The End of Oak Street is. This is a movie. One morning, a writer-director woke up with a crazy idea about a 1980s suburb getting whisked away to prehistoric times and pitting an average family like the Griswolds against a herd of bloodthirsty dinosaurs. And then, over the course of an arduous 3-year creative process, that dude let his imagination run wild and brought that crazy idea to life. This is what it's all about, you know? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Remember to like and subscribe and click on the little bell. And also seize the day and call your mom and be kind to yourself.